back to my channel. It's your girl Sade. How you doing? I'm back. It's been a while. We're not really gonna get into why I've been gone for that long. Like, I'll do a quick life update and then we'll just go into what the actual video is about. I'll try and make it short and simple. But yeah, anyways, let's get into this, you guys. As you could tell, I got a new hairdo. I cut my hair. I dyed it black and I cut it. Just wanted something different. I wanted like a sleek black look. I've actually been thinking about this for a while, but I was a bit hesitant and I wanted to bleach my hair first. So I ended up bleaching my hair. There was quite a bit of damage. I still loved it. I bleached it. I chopped off like a good chunk of it, but it was still long enough. And then I wanted that to grow out and then decide on whatever I wanted to do after that. The bleaching and the straightening, it just did a lot to my hair. It really did. That's okay. That's fine. We move on. We deal with whatever we got to deal with after. But with all of that happening, I just decided, you know what? I think I need to start like fresh. So I dyed my hair jet black, as you could see, and I cut it. I'm actually thinking I want to go a little bit shorter, just like a little bit more, like maybe another inch or two, just so it's like right. I want it to be off of my shoulders completely. Like I want it off my neck. I just want it here. But yeah, other than that, it looks good. I love it. Another thing is I moved out. I'm living on my own right now. Thank the Lord Jesus Christ, because oh my days, you know, I feel like it was a long time coming. I feel like it was just time for me to move. It was time for me to get out of the parents' house. Although rent is expensive, my peace of mind is what I actually needed. And I was just like, you know what, at this point I don't even care how expensive rent is. I'm just gonna do it and we'll go from there. It's fine. I'm working, I got the money, we'll figure it out in the end. So that's what I'm doing and I'm really happy. So I have my own apartment. It's a 2-bedroom, 1 bath. It's my own little sanctuary. Before I even moved in, I blessed this house with myself, with my mom, and we just prayed over it and just like asked God to make sure that he is here throughout. And yeah, that's basically what it is. I'm really happy with my space. We thank God that I am now at a place where I'm at. Yeah, so now moving on to, you know, the actual video and what I wanted to talk about. I am 30. I turned 30 February 10. Yeah, this year I turned 30 and I actually went to Dominican Republic. I tried to vlog it, but y'all, when I tell you I was in the moment, I was literally just in the moment of what I was doing, enjoying my birthday and just celebrating that with the people I went with. I was so happy, and I was just happy to be away from Calgary. I was just happy to be in water, in the sun, in sand, and just living a dream. It was so beautiful. Everything's on my Instagram. I would say if you want to follow me, you can. Like, I'm not really on Instagram that much. I am on TikTok quite a bit, and my TikTok is open. I leave my Instagram closed for work purposes, so you're not just really gonna go on there and see me. That's all I'm saying. But yeah, with me turning 30, there was actually some things that I did learn in my 20s that I am now in a way bringing into my 30s, and even things where it's just like I learned to never do that again, so I'm not going to do that again, and I'm leaving that out of my 30s. But yeah, I just wanted to go through 10 simple things that I have learned in my 30s, and I'm hoping that maybe these will be some things that you guys can also look into for yourselves, or even some things that you can relate to with me, can relate with me. I think you get what I'm trying to say. Anyways, yeah, so let's get right into this. 10 things that I learned in my 20s now that I'm 30. First things first, desire to be included and to be liked by everyone that I encounter. I have gotten to a point where, because before I used to be, I guess, I wouldn't even, yeah, I guess I would say a people pleaser. I was a people pleaser. I still have my people pleasing tendencies at times, but now I'm a bit more strict with like, I'm content. And if you hate me, but I'm saying no. But I always had this desire of just being liked by everyone that I encounter. So then instead of really being who I am, it's like putting on a face, putting on a facade just for people to actually like that. And yeah, so I'm not doing that anymore. I am who I am. You take me as I am, or you leave me as I am, and that's basically it. Number 2, having to explain and over-explain myself to anyone. Closer to the last 2 years of my 20s, I felt like I really had to over-explain, overly verbalize certain things that I was saying, things that I liked, things that I was explaining to people. It felt like I had to overdo it just for people to get where I was coming from. And the funny thing is, in the end, they did not give a shit about that, because what they took from the beginning is what they held on to. So anything that I had to say and over explain just to try to get my point across, it still didn't work. So at this point, what I say is what I say. You take it or leave it. I said what I said, and I'm not going back on it. That's it. And I don't need to over explain it. You can sit there and, you know, have the wires or have the wheels turning in your head for you to try to understand what I was trying to say. But I'm not doing that anymore. You take what I say and run with it however you want to. The people who truly know me and truly understand where I'm coming from, they don't need me to over explain anything. So yeah. Number 3, living alone is key. Living alone is, I don't know, man, something about living alone. So I moved out basically ending of May, June, July. It's only been like 2 months, but I have never felt this kind of peace in a long time. And mind you, there's a lot of stuff going on, like mentally, things happening in my family, things happening with friends. There's a lot going on, but I just have such peace right now, because with all of the chaos that's happening outside, as soon as it's time for me to wind down and just be away from it all, I literally come back to my apartment and I just relax. I just chill. There's no stress. There's no stress. And I love it. I love it. So we thank God for that. Woo woo. Number 4, releasing the urge to give what I do not have. Last year was another time for me where I just realized that I was at a point where my cup was not full enough to outpour onto people, and it really showed. And even in that time, I guess I just wasn't able to fully express that. So then I'm just kind of staying quiet and keeping it to myself. And then when people are trying to like come to me for stuff, I'm just like, I can't. Like I physically, mentally, emotionally cannot. And I'm really trying, but I can't. But the thing is, I wasn't saying that. So by the time it got to the point where I was just like at a boiling point, I just shut down completely. And that's a very bad thing for me. But yeah, that's a very bad thing for me. But now that I understand what happened there, I just realized that like it's because my cup wasn't full. So basically, I cannot give what I don't have. If I am not filled, if my cup is not running over, I need to tell whoever is around me, like, at this point, I love you, but I can't. Come back in a little while, you know, give me some time. Blase, blase. That's basically it. Number 5, therapy helps. Therapy is key. The thing is, like, I don't want to now tell people, oh my gosh, everybody needs to go to therapy. But I feel like we are that generation where, I don't know, we should be going to therapy, because I feel like we be dealing with like a lot of stuff. And I'm talking about millennials. I feel like there's a lot of millennials who are slowly becoming like their parents and the aunties and uncles, and they need to figure that stuff out before they take that trauma and those triggers and put it on their kids. Because we are at that age now, right? You do not want to take those things and put them on your kids, because that's what our parents did to us and we didn't like it. So all I'm saying is, if you want to fix whatever is going on with you, don't try to run away from it, you know? Actually seek help. And I know that there's some people where they're kind of skeptical about it. Just try it and actually look for a therapist that works with you and that will help you out with these things, and try to like break the barriers of the things that you've been holding on to for so long. Because listen, I've been doing therapy for a while, like on and off. This is the first time that I'm doing therapy, and I actually said that I was going to be as transparent as I possibly can. I'm trying my best to actually, you know, bring out like traumas and triggers that I started to realize within myself. Listen, there's been things that I was just like, oh yeah, that's nothing serious. What are you talking about? And then I start talking about it more with my therapist, and I'm bawling, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, I guess that was a lot. Like, I didn't even know. Yeah, see? And then it's like I correlate that with something else that happened in my life recently, and I'm like, oh, that makes sense. So therapy is key. God created all of us for a reason, and God also created help and resources for a reason. So I don't think God just created humans and then was just like, oh, but you're not allowed to get help mentally. Like, we need to talk about our feelings, you guys. Fellowshipping in church can only help so much. Having your friends around to have therapeutic conversations can only do so much. There's a difference between having therapeutic conversations with friends and then basically trauma bonding, and then there's, you know, going to therapy and actually dealing with traumas and triggers that you need to deal with, so that you don't put that onto your kids, you don't put that onto your spouses, you don't put that onto your friends or family around you. Just work on yourself and go to therapy. That's 7, girl. Number 6. Number 6 is quality over quantity with friendships. I've mentally, in a sense, broken down my friendships and like people in my life. I have my closest friends, I have acquaintances, and I have God. And that's it. Number 7, we're almost done. Number 7, not every boundary needs to be vocalized. It just really doesn't. All you gotta do is just, sometimes you can even just set that boundary in your head and then just take your space that you need. It's that simple. No stress, no wahala, no nothing. Just leave it there. You know what I mean? Not every boundary needs to be vocalized. There's some boundaries that do, and you gotta put it in place, but others, you could just leave it for what it is. No stress. Number 8, letting go of the pressures of having everything set and done before you turn 30. Oh my gosh, when I tell you, like, my last year, so last year when I was 29, I just felt like there was so much pressure and so much going on in my mind, being like, I can't believe I'm 29, I'm still single, living at my parents' house, just not really happy with my life, not really happy with what's going on. And I got to a point where I genuinely was just like, I don't know what's gonna happen if I turn 30 and I still don't have any of this. Oh my gosh, my life is just in shambles. I'm never gonna be good, I'm never gonna be happy, I'm never gonna be successful. And I turned 30 and I was just like, what was I stressing about? There's things in my 20s that there's a reason why I had to go through whatever I had to go through in my 20s to be where I am today. And now there are things that I'm learning. This is literally just the beginning. Like, I just turned 30, right? But there's things now where I'm just like, oh, okay, that kind of makes sense. And Sade last year, literally just last year compared to this year, if I was in a relationship last year, this man would be crying. I still feel like I literally have so much to learn, and I'm actually excited to go through this journey in my 30s and just see what is to come. So number 9, don't take things so personally. You know what I mean? Also learn to just let things go. That's another thing I had to learn. I realized that whenever I am offended, I hold on to it. And that is so bad. I feel like that rots at the heart because it just makes you sour and bitter. And that is not cute. I swear you can like see it. You can see it, you can smell it. It's not cute. So I have decided to literally take any offense that has been put on me and I give it right to God, because I'm just like, look, I'm just trying to enjoy my life. I'm just trying to vibe out. I'm just trying to enjoy the people I have around me. So no, God, take the offense and let me move on, because obviously you have put these people in my life. I'm going to love them regardless. I gotta deal with whatever I gotta deal with and move on. 10 is like the last thing that I learned in my 20s. God before everything and anything. Literally God before it all. God is number one. God is key. God is life. God is baby. And God is the reason why I am where I am today. Yeah, you guys, so those are the 10 things that I learned in my 20s now that I am 30 years old. There's obviously still gonna be a lot of things I'm gonna be learning now that I'm in my 30s, and I'm in my 30s era, got my 30s hair going on. I'm in a new time. I'm on my grown woman-ish. Yeah, we thank God. But yeah, that's basically it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. My name is Sade. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Thank you for actually coming to my channel. And you know, even just for the people who are still around and I'm not really posting videos like that, I appreciate y'all. I respect y'all. And I know I'm gonna be making videos. I just need something that kind of pushes me to be like, yeah, Sade, this is your thing. So until I figure that out and not have imposter syndrome, we're just gonna keep sailing away, and when I figure it out, I figure it out. But yeah, until next time, my lovely people, peace and love. Bye guys.